Even though this is not a fresh rebuild, it has been sitting for 4 years, 5 years, I don't remember. So I do want to prime it. It seems the most successful way to do it is with a sprayer like this one, like a home garden sprayer. This came from Walmart. It was 10 bucks, super cheap. I think it's a 1 gallon version. But I'm going to modify this to do the priming. We're looking at the bottom of the motor on the driver's side, and you prime an LS through this port right there. So I'm going to pull that plug out there. Here's that plug I took out of the motor. I'm going to replace that with this piece here, which is an adapter, Autometer 2268, and then that'll screw in right where this plug was. And then into this, we'll screw this, which is just a barb fitting. Bought at Ace. It's a 1/4 inch by 1/8 inch. And then this will hook up to the hose of the sprayer. Here's what the whole contraption looks like. So that's a hose from the sprayer, and here is the 2 fittings. Also, there's like a copper washer that was not in the other view I showed of this. So this is going to get screwed into where that plug was, and then pressure up the bottle and pump oil into the top of the motor. I've taken the valve covers off on both sides of the engine so we can see what happens when we try to put some pressure into this thing. What we're looking for is oil to come out of these holes here on each cylinder. To do that, we'll probably have to bump the engine around a little bit for all the oil to get up there to each cylinder. The hose is long enough to get the pump up here to the top, so I can kind of see what I'm doing while I'm pumping. And that is what we'll be looking at. So I've been pumping and bumping the motor over on the crank pulley. My first 2 quarts went totally in the engine without anything coming out the rockers. I put in 2 more quarts. You can see there's less than 1 quart left in there. But I'm starting to see oil on this one, and this one. Nothing on the other side yet, but you can see, I'll zoom in on this one here, you can see all the oil pooling up here. That's not in the other one. So I'm just going to keep pumping and cranking over until I get oil out of every single one of those. I had to put 1 more quart in the pump, so it sucked in a total of 4 quarts, and then half of one, 3/4 of another. And then just kept bumping the motor over with a wrench, and I've got nice oil coming up through all the rockers here. I'm not sure why. This was the last one for some reason. Just kept bumping the motor over. Same thing on the passenger side. Got nice oil up through all of those. So I'm confident that we got oil up to the top of the motor. So I pumped in about 5 quarts of oil. This thing takes, I think, 6, so I need to top it off. Need to disconnect the hose for the pump and put this plug back in. Make sure you use that copper washer. Put the valve covers on and torque the bolts to 106 inch-pounds. Put the coil packs back on. Reconnect the coils, and then I'm going to route these and get these all connected up also. Everything's all buttoned up. All I need to do is connect the battery, and we're going to try to start this thing. Fired up pretty quick. Got good oil pressure, almost 50 psi. She's charging. You can see that. And then looking at the handheld, it's idling a little high. I gotta look into some of these other values here, what's normal. But yeah, it's running. Not bad for first startup. It is running a little hot. I have to see what I have my temp set at. Fan's working, but it's running right around 190. I like to run a little bit cooler than that. But man, overall, so far so good. You got to remember, I did a lot of trans work on this thing. I took it around the block, count 3 or 4 times, got it into 3rd gear. Everything seemed to shift fine, but boy, it seems really tight. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. The trans seems tight. So, hot dog, man. I'm super happy.